I walked into Chris's little office where he works today. Right. And I was like, hey man, you having a problem with your Pengus? And he was like, what? And I was like, you having a problem with your Pengus? Because I've got some Peng Sheng for you. Hey guys, what's up and welcome to the Laser Source Podcast, the number one podcast if you're not that innocent. We decided to go live because Yuri showed up. Finally, we've been waiting for you, Yuri. So now that Yuri's here,
pew 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 pew.
Pew 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 pew. Tonight's episode of the podcast is sponsored by Johnson Plastics Plus. It's the number one place online if you're not that innocent. To get laser blanks and related items. So whether you're looking for Bromark or cool little blank wooden keychains or anything in between, Johnson Plastics Plus has you covered. Go check that out. If you haven't already been there, there's a link in the description and it comes with a pretty sweet discount coupon code. I think it's for 15% off. Our coupon master, Matt, is not here at the moment, but I remember the code. It's YLR-ZDF. So make sure you go check them out. It helps support the show.
It is indeed 15% off your order on eligible items.
Nice. Yeah. Which is most items. I'm pretty sure that the only things not included are like the equipment.
Big machines, yeah.
It's like the stuff that you really wish you were getting 15% off on. But 15% off still adds up because, I mean, when you buy blanks, you're not just getting like one or two. At least usually, you might be if you're like checking them out. But yeah, I think according to our affiliate account, the average order is like $200 to $300. And it's like a lot of little stuff. It's not like big equipment anyway. So make sure you go check out that coupon code and affiliate link because it keeps the show going. It helps pay our bills big time, and it's really important. So
you know what? Now is the perfect time to order for
what?
Christmas ornaments, baby.
It is, yeah. It's not something we talk about very often. We do, but it's usually like a week before Christmas. But now is when you should start ordering. We kind of go over that in the Laser MakerCon presentation that Matt and I put together.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen that, that'll be up on the channel soonish, maybe like a month or two. I know when we were discussing it, I don't know the exact day that the embargo goes up on that, but I believe that when Matt and I were talking about it last, it ended in enough time to still be relevant for like preparing for the holidays. So
you have to be like on it though.
Yeah, and the nice thing about that is that it's already edited. So when the embargo goes up, it'll just get uploaded.
Yep.
So that'll be great. What's up to everybody in chat? Got the classic crowd here today. Congrats to Bunny Eater. I saw Bunny Eater won the coin competition this month. That was pretty dope.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the coin challenge has really... It kind of empowered my desire to get back into trying new stuff again.
Yeah, I did it.
I did. The problem is then this month I didn't have time to do it before the end of the hand-in time. So I still have my design. I am still going to burn it, and it is going to get dropped into probably just coins because it's no longer that coin challenge anymore. But I want to share it, and I want feedback, and I want stuff. So.
Looking right now, it's hard to tell when. I feel like we almost need like a new thread for the coin challenge, like maybe one of those forum channels where we have a thread for each new one, because it's kind of hard to tell where one starts and one ends. You know what I mean?
I like the format it is now, only because it helps give people ideas if they scroll back and they don't have to click into individual stuff.
This is pretty funny. Is this the winning coin? Bunny Eater can tell me if this is the winning coin. I'm pretty sure it is. Hold on. Let me share my screen here really quick, because this is pretty funny. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, Anthony Montez, one of our dear mods over here at Laser Everything and fellow content creator. Go follow his channel, Beam It Up Laserworks. on YouTube. He puts on like is it monthly? Like a monthly coin challenge on the Discord server?
So normally the hand in time is like the last day of the month. And then the community voting occurs like the first week of the month. Right? And then the next topic is discussed once the winner is announced, and then the next topic is tied into the announcement. So Anthony just announced Bunny Washer as the winner yesterday. And then he also announced that this month's theme is layered geometric patterns. So it's fairly open-ended. It could be anything from a mandala to anything that meets geometric pattern standards, right?
And I see August, while we're just on the topic of themes, August's theme was yes or no. It's like a decision coin, like a coin you would flip, which makes now Bunny's entry far more hilarious. So it was laser one more thing or go to bed. Which was really funny. That's pretty great. It
came out nice. And I like the concept. And the beauty about it is it's open-ended enough where it's supposed to trigger your thoughts. And it's supposed to help you with your design skills because you're trying something different, or at least it's encouraging you to. And it's also triggering you to potentially try something different on a test piece for the event. So it's kind of just to help you, grow as a lasering individual, grow with your craft, and also to kind of bounce ideas off each other and learn, right? And as you see other people progress in what they're doing, it's also helps drive you to want to try something like that or something similar or put a twist on it.
This one's pretty sick too.
Yeah.
Definitely get some like height map in there.
Yep.
Do it. Do not. Yeah, that's a good entry.
There's definitely been a healthy mix of anything from, you name it in terms of design. There's been a couple of people who've been doing really beautiful color work. That's Anthony's right there.
It is decidedly so. That's like the magic 8-ball, right?
That's what he was going for. Yeah.
That's brilliant.
People have been doing really beautiful colors. There have been a wide variety of colors. Even on brass, which is amazing to me. So there's a lot going on. So if you guys want to take your design skills, take your lasering skills, take your testing, take whatever, pick something and bring it to another level. The Coin Challenge channel is where you want to be this month and future months too.
What was the theme this month again? You'd said you heard what it was.
This coming month is geometric patterns. So the month is open. So if you start working on your pattern now, you don't have to upload it. So you don't have to show your cards. I believe until the last week of the month, I believe September 30th. Yeah, September 30th is the submission deadline. Because then it gives everybody a couple days to get their voting in, and the community gets to pick their, what their favorite is.
That's pretty wild. Look at this one's like colored.
Oh yeah, dude. I heard you guys say another level, and that's when I came in. I was like, "Yep, perfect timing."
Really? Because the last time you were here, you said my job here is being the average user.
Yeah, and they go to the next level when they come to laser everything. Are you not like? Have we not like connected this for you yet?
It's only treason if you lose.
Hey, Laura. Hi, everybody.
Hi, guys.
So what the dealio? You guys just showing off the fancy, cool stuff that Anthony's been
I just was like plugging stuff, and then I got ADD, and now we're looking at all of the sweet coins that people have uploaded to the Discord. That one is sick.
Yeah, dude, that one's dope.
So cool. You guys are so good at this. I don't even know why you watch the channel anymore. This is like some crazy next level shit. You guys are getting really good at the height maps.
There is
Oh, look at that fancy pants
a
stuff.
lot going on.
Yeah. Wow. Look at
I really
that.
like the bee.
That's incredible. Shout out to Jumbo. That is sick. Yeah, here we go. Is this what you were talking about, Kyle?
That is one of several.
Yeah. I can't even imagine how this is being done. The laser's not doing this. This is like gotta be no way.
100% laser.
Yeah.
No.
Chaos confirmed in his post when he submitted
On
it.
brass?
Yeah, dude.
With what is it, a MOPA?
Yeah.
What?
That's what I'm saying. So traditionally, you would not see colors on brass, regardless of what laser you're using.
Yeah, Alex is too
You'll
busy.
get like a whitish tan. You'll get a darker, orange. Sometimes you'll get a black, and you'll get more of like a copper tone.
Yeah.
Kayak Machinery. Yep.
Freaking wizard.
That's not the only color coin he's done. He's done a few, and there's a couple of people messing around with colors on brass. They're all beautiful for different reasons, and
that is wild.
The level of detail that they're getting is pretty crazy.
See, this is me. That's so funny that you posted that.
Yep.
Yeah, there's some cool stuff in here. Link to the Discord is in the description, by the way. Also, I know that I keep talking to the audio podcast audience like we're uploading these somewhere that they can hear it, and we aren't. But Rhiannon's been editing the podcast kind of behind the scenes, and she has 5 episodes done already, which is great. So we will be getting those uploaded to the audio podcast services soon. They're like a year old at this point, which is crazy. That's how far behind we are. So not like a whole year, but like January. I mean, like old enough. So we are going to start. There's one of the other ones. We're going to start catching up on those soon.
Ridiculous, sir.
It is ridiculous.
So speaking of
great job.
These, what projects have you guys got going on? I know, Matt, you got a big order going.
Yeah, and I'm just piecing it out like after work, like it's definitely like in my free time stuff, but because I made it clear like, hey, this is gonna be kind of this is a chunky order, so it's gonna take a minute, and so I'm kind of knocking out one club at a time. So yesterday I did I think I stayed up till like 2 last night working on glassware. So I did like 50 pint glasses yesterday. Just knocking those out, but they also ordered like some leatherette flask. They ordered steel flask, which Anthony Montez, one of our dope Beaming Up Laser Works, you guys know him, our dope like mods over on everything basically. He helped me figure out like a quick setting to do, because I didn't need like a black setting, but I just needed something darker, and so I kind of just knocked out like a quick anneal on some stainless steel flask, and that worked out pretty well. They ordered keychains, they ordered golf bag tees, they like the tea things. I mean, it's like just tons of stuff that they ordered, and for 3 different clubs. And so right in the middle of lasering, I literally almost started lasering the 3rd club, and they were like, hey, just kidding, we're going to change the graphics and art for that place, so please like hang on. And I was like, oh, okay, good timing. So last night, one of the things I did was I got some artwork ready for today when I finally have some time to jump on that. And then the other stuff is I've been making, this is pretty cool. I asked if I could show it, so I can. Let's see. So these are some acrylic trophies that I made. Pretty nice.
That's pretty.
Yeah,
that is nice.
Make it fancy.
Make them big.
Enlarge.
Enhance.
Nice.
Zoom.
Yeah, enhance. And so basically I made this guy where basically this is just black acrylic, and I cut it out. They sent over the specs, we mapped it out and put it together. And then the cool thing is the actual the white marking is done on the fiber. So check that out. Right? So this would have been a really long job on CO2 gantry, and I actually just did like a test on some black acrylic somewhere. So I literally did like the test material test, like we always talk about. Found one, sent the picture over, and the person who is paying for these was like, hey, that looks cool. I like that. And what's really neat about these is when it's hard to catch it on camera, but when you get up close, it actually looks like a full wheel, like if you had the light shining above it. So it's kind of neat. Anybody who's standing above it. So those are cool. Let's see.
I remember when you started working on this, there was an important lesson here that we never really got a chance to talk about on the channel or the podcast before, but I'm thinking of it now. So
yeah,
when you were working on getting that white setting and you were doing all of your tests, you got really frustrated because it wasn't like Snow White. And you were really worried that he wasn't going to like it. And then when you talked to him, he was like, that's perfect. That might be even better.
Well,
and
yeah,
I think
so that's exactly right. So what ended up happening is I had to just make an executive decision. Like I literally had a limited amount of material because I'd already made some other stuff. And this was like the leftover pieces. And he was like, hey, I've got this design. Give me like how many square inches do we have left? Like how many square feet? How much space do you have? And he came up with those. And then he needed them like really quick. Like the turnaround was really fast on that. So the only way I could accomplish it with everything else going on nowadays was to use the fiber. So basically I did some test material or material test. I found one that looked the best to me. Like it looked white under these lights, but then when you take it outside, it's like a creamy golden white. Like, I don't know. It's almost like butter, like actual butter, you know? So anyways, when I took it outside and showed him, he was just like, that's incredible. Like that's even better than I thought. Meanwhile, I was telling Alex, I'm like, I don't know what to friggin' do. Like this isn't white. And I thought it was, and I've already done them all. So, but the nice thing was it took it from like that probably would have been like a 20-minute engrave down to, I think it took like 7 minutes per thing. And they're 12 inches by 7 inches, like the arch. So big,
yeah,
big
and I think like one of the cool things about that whole experience was like if you're not sure whether or not something is going to be acceptable, like ask, especially before you drown yourself in unnecessary work, because they might really like it, and if they don't, you can keep working on it. But if they do, like, great, you know.
Yeah, and it was one of those things where, like, honestly, the guy is pretty like he's very particular. And so that's where the frustration came from, is like, if you ever have people who are particular, Alex is right, you should ask. But it was one of those situations where I just had to make a call, and it was either going to be like make or break. And when he walked in and saw him, he was like, yeah, those look dope, dude. And that was it. And I was just like, yeah, I thought so too. Like the whole time, I'm like, you know, it's sweating it. So that's one of those things, like it's communication's important, expectations, like realistic expectations, which I usually do a good job setting, but it was one of those things where it just kind of worked out, where it was like, hey, here's this, let's make it happen. I need these things. And it was for somebody else too. So it's not, he was ordering for a friend. And so that's one of those things too, where like there's expectations and reality, and hopefully you gotta make them do that. So we got close. It looked kind of like this, like good enough. But yeah, so that's going on. And then I feel really bad. I had to ghost a client because I just like, I'm so overwhelmed with work, which is a great thing. Like I'm not complaining at all, but I'm so overwhelmed. I feel bad because I didn't know how to let this client down. So I just went, which is not professional at all. Like it totally like slid out sideways. Because
was this like before you took a job, not like in the middle of
yeah, oh no, I didn't take it. I wouldn't be like talking about that, like, oh yeah, I just dipped out. What happened is they asked me like 3 months ago to do something, and they said, we don't know when it's going to happen, we don't know, like blah blah blah, but we need like 200 of these items. And I'm like, all right, cool. And I said, you know, that's something I can definitely handle for you. But then I got this large order, I've got this, I got the new job, I got kids. Apparently I'm still married, I think. My birthday is coming up on Monday. There's like, we're getting like, I don't know, it's just too much, a lot going on. So long story short, that was one of the things, is just like, when they reached out to me out of nowhere saying, hey, we need these pretty soon. To me, it's not really on me at that point, because like, I don't know. It's one of those things where I just didn't, I was like, you know what? You told me 3 months ago you need something, and now you're telling me you need them like quickly. I'm kind of just, I feel like that's not the kind of client I want to work with. And I should just say, hey, I might just text them soon and be like, hey, sorry, I've been like overloaded. So that way they at least don't get ghosted. But like, it's one of those things where be mindful of the clients you take on, I guess, is what the lesson is, you know, from that one. Because again, the expectation and reality, like I can't just by myself do all this stuff all at once overnight. So I don't know if any of you guys have had that happen.
Oh yeah, big
Got
time.
some clients like you guys in the audience have some client stories. Yep, September 16th is my birthday. September 17th is my mom's birthday, and September 16th is my grandma's birthday. So we all like right there. So anyways, yeah, so it's just a lot going on. I feel like the stress level is right here, and it's always this time of year because also trophies are going to be like, in case you guys don't know, in Florida, at least where I am, school has been in session now for, this is like the 4th week, and next week is week 5. So usually about a month in, something is already over and they're looking for awards. And then you blink an eye and it's already the end of the first quarter, and you know, there you go. John's got the same birthday as me.
So does 3DHP's wife, apparently.
Oh, check it out. Congrats.
All the chaos.
50. Hey, yeah, I'll be 41. Oof. I feel like I'm 75. Like, so anyways, yeah, so that's everything I've got going on, Kyle. It's just a lot of stress. And the good news is my air conditioning, the split unit that's back here keeping this whole shop working, crapped out on me a while back, and I had to get like Alex knows the whole saga of the air conditioning, so does Kyle. And
it was a saga. That is a good.
It really is. Like, it's been ongoing forever, like this story. Long story short. And so what's great is the other night I kind of just got pissed off, and it's because it like it was having issues with the Freon, so I got it refilled. Then it was having electrical issues where it was beeping off and on and turning off, and it'd be off for 2 hours. It'd be like 83 degrees out here while I'm trying to work, and it's like 75% humidity here. So the other day I turned it on and I got pissed at it. I just took this steel like screwdriver and I just whacked it, and it went. It made this weird like R2D2 noise, and it has worked perfectly ever since.
You Millennium Falconed it. You just
like literally, I was Chewbacca, like I literally was like, and just like smacking stuff. And then also tomorrow they're bringing me like $1,000. Because I just was like, F it, I'm just gonna buy a new air conditioning. So tomorrow I've got like $1,000 air conditioning arriving to just sit here, and this one's working perfect because I knocked the crap out of it. So
speaking of which, new giveaway.
Air conditioning.
Who wants a split unit?
It's gonna cost $1,200 plus shipping. Like, anyways, but yeah, so that's everything. I think there's probably more.
What do you got going on for projects there, Alex? You've been editing like a madman.
Yeah, I've just been editing. Yours is next. It's a short video. What was the content about that one again? Oh, the Lightburn update, right?
Yeah. So
yeah,
we got a Lightburn feature update that I'm covering. Should we talk about the rest of the videos that I did in the last couple months that'll be coming?
No, let's not overcommit here. Let's relax.
There's a lot coming. There's a lot.
The Lightburn update is coming, and then my next video that I'm editing for myself is going to be the final episode of the box bin making video where we put the thing together, even though all the parts are miscut, and I was having a smoke crisis in the shop. If you haven't seen it, go watch that episode. It's pretty funny.
I've got like 3 or 4 videos that are sitting over there. I just don't even know what they are anymore. Like my brain is like.
When I said that Rhiannon has made it through 5 podcast episodes, I also mean like with supervision, because she doesn't know exactly what to leave in, exactly what to leave out yet. She's certainly getting faster. I have her episode time down to like 8 hours for an hour-long episode, which is pretty good. So she's doing like 1 a day, but she still needs guidance and stuff. And she's officially answering like all of my emails and she's doing stuff. If you guys are on any of I actually have a couple tabs pulled up. I should probably share my screen. If you guys are on any of our like server run social media, you'll probably have seen her around a lot because she's there interacting with people and engaging and just being friendly. And it's really nice to have another person on the team that is making time to do that and like hang out with people. So I'll just plug these really quick just because there has been some new stuff. It's not super new now, but it has been up for a little while. So I just want to remind you guys that it's here. MakerREMIX.io. We've got a bunch of new stuff kind of lined up for you guys to check out. You guys know the network. So the network is here. There's Rhiannon. I was just talking about her, welcoming new people to the network. It's kind of like a Facebook clone. And it's just our group, which is really nice. So go check that out. And all of these are free, by the way. You know the wiki. I've been putting some work into the wiki, kind of like reorganizing and restructuring it so that now we can actually have like questions. Why are my engravings on my X watt gantry laser different than on my X watt Galvo laser? And then this whole article is about mitigating discrepancies between gantry and Galvo lasers. And I get like really into it. Like we get super detailed. So I'm hoping this grows as we kind of move forward with questions that we get on the Discord server and the LMA. This was originally an LMA question, and nobody who was available really had an answer to it. So I was like, all right, fine, I'll answer it. And I started writing this comment in the LMA, and it turned into like half of what you see on the screen right now. And I was like, okay, I need to finally just make this an article on the wiki because I never want to type this up ever again. So I stopped there and I wrote it up in a Word doc, and then I added it to the wiki, and then I linked the wiki as the answer. So hopefully we'll be expanding more on this soon. I've also been working on adding more information to the LE FAQ. So all of these pages here have information about the various resources that we have available on our website, how to use them, where to find them, and things like that. And this is a small fraction of what needs to be on this page, but I have the like infrastructure together now, which was like half the battle. So I really hope to be using this a bit more, but that's not what I want to talk to you guys about today. We have 3 new kind of server side features that I'm really excited about. The first one is Watch Make Army. This is the entire Laser Everything video collection ad free. So if you hate ads and you want to watch Laser Everything, there you go. It's also open to a very small number of public users. I think I have the sign up limit at like 10 right now. So if you're looking for somewhere to upload videos about making and lasers, you could try this out. It's not the most stable thing in the world on the creator side. So I'm not going to be like, oh, we're the new Maker YouTube, because it's not there. But our entire Laser Everything library is here and there's no ads on it. So if you want to check that out, sign up for that and go check that out. Let me know how it's working or if there's something that you'd like to see changed, because I'd love your feedback on that. Then we have Make Army Pixels, which is an Instagram clone. So this is like our own little kind of like Instagram world, and users can upload pictures here. You can see this is like one of those places that Rhiannon's been super active. So like when I wrapped up shooting the MuOS Game Boy engraving episode that just came out, I threw a bunch of pictures of it at her and I was like, here, do something with these. And she like organized it really nice. And there have actually been a fair number of people who've signed up for this. It's a really, really nice, polished image sharing platform that we host. So we're in control of your data. It's not on like some weird server somewhere that, you don't know where it is or how it's being used. And it's really great for
information.
Yeah, exactly. It's really great for photo sharing. It's just like there's Rhiannon staining some wood. It's just really great for photo sharing, and I'd love to see you guys post some projects on here if that's something that you think would be cool, because I'd love to see it. There's Vinny. Vinny's always old reliable over here posting some of his projects. So just another neat little platform. And then last but not least, and I won't talk this much about it because you guys all know what Reddit is. If you know what Reddit is, Lemmy is the open source version of it, and we host our own instance of that too. So right now we're obviously the only people who've posted on it, and I've talked about this one probably the least just because it's the most straightforward. But if you like a Reddit style interface, we do have a Lemmy instance available. So if you are part of the open source community, you probably already know what this is. And if you're not, it's super easy to use and it might be worth checking out too. So all of those links are available over at makearmy.io, right here under the Make Army header. So you can click all those right there. We also have the new buying guide up, and I know we've talked about this at length, so I won't bore you guys with it over and over and over again, but that is there for you too. So again, this isn't something I've been working on super recently, but there have been things added to it since we last talked about it. So I wanted to make sure that we covered it. But yeah, Rhiannon and I have been kind of brainstorming plans to film some like brainstorming sessions about getting the new shop open. We need like furniture, and we need a new cash register stand, and we need a bunch of blanks. And like, we have all these ideas about how to kind of set it all up and get it going, but we don't have any of it written down. And I think if I just like took like a GoPro and put it on a desk and we sat at the desk and like got those ideas onto paper, I think that would end up being pretty informative content and an interesting kind of look at what it looks like when you're trying to build out the facade of a business, you know?
What
So
would be cool for that would be like have the camera on the two of you, so like back, and then have one that's looking down at the paper that you're drawing things on, and the like list you're making with like maybe
oh yeah, that'd be a good idea too.
like a Sharpie, so it's easy to see.
Yeah,
That'd be cool, because then
And,
that's I mean, layouts matters, you know, especially because you got to figure out the square footage, you got to figure out the space that you have, what's your budget, because if you don't have a budget, you got to figure that out first, and then go from there, you know.
Yeah,
So-
and we have done none of that in any kind of official capacity. We've talked about it a ton, but we haven't like actually drawn anything up. And I think getting that on paper and kind of like getting a tight edit of it where you can absorb the important bits that we land on through the process would be good. Team who sells reception desks. That's pretty funny. I have my eye on the one, and I won't link it. Or maybe I will link it, but I'm not going to talk about it a lot tonight because we spent a long time talking about it on a podcast just a couple of weeks ago. But Store Supply Warehouse has really big, super inexpensive display cases and service counters and stuff. And I think I'm pretty landed on that as the place I'm going to go back to, because the last one we had was rock solid. It was really, really good. And it was extremely inexpensive. So yeah, so there's that. And then the other thing is Rhiannon doesn't know how to use like any of the Galvo lasers in the shop. She's really good at gantry lasers. She's got diode and CO2 down pat. But the Galvo laser is like a whole new world for her. And I thought it would be really interesting if I gave her a project to do. And then again, with like something like a GoPro, if I just like strapped it to her head and I was like, here, engrave this. She knows enough about Lightburn that like, it would be intuitive to start, but she's going to have questions along the way. And being able to be in that first person position while she's like asking questions and working through the process of like figuring out what to do with me as a guide in front of the camera from her perspective, I think that would be a really interesting way to kind of learn about lasers. So I thought that might be a neat little side project or mini series to do too.
I feel like the other thing that could be cool to do like live streams on too, because like you've got experts literally sitting over here, and I feel like, all right, guys, so today I got to do like 10 keychains. Let's go.
Yeah,
just to have the interaction there too. Although you got to be careful. Some people might be like, raise the frequency. Like that's not what you do. I told her to raise the frequency, and she did. Whoa.
Yeah. So we've just been doing stuff like that. One of the things that's been waiting for a long time to get done is to put up a wall between the office side of the shop and the video recording side of the shop. There's just been like a huge 8-foot wide hole in that wall, and the landlord finally like patched it up. So,
nice.
Yeah, so there's no hole there anymore. When the kids are at the shop, it's like completely contained in their little kiddie living room area. We have like foam on the ground and shit. And then the shop is like a separate thing. Before you could just walk back and forth between those two spaces, which is very inconvenient when you're trying to get work done. So that's patched up now too, which is super nice. So when we do go to film this kind of content that I've been brainstorming with Rhiannon about, I think it'll be a lot more fluid and kind of speedy to get done. And then, of course, I'm just editing.
There, or did you put like a curtain, or what did you guys?
No,
put
there's
there
literally nothing. I know that if you're listening to this, you can't really picture what I'm talking about right now, and I apologize in advance. But there's two offices connected to I'll call it the living room,
Yeah.
It's got like a couch and like our coffee maker and things in it. And then there's a third space connected to that, which is the shop, right? I'm using finger quotes here again, if you're listening to this. And that's where customers will come in. There's a door that goes outside. Customers come into that space, place orders or whatever. And there is a single door from the shop room that goes into the studio where all the lasers are and stuff. So that door exists. But the hole that was patched was in the living room space. So you now have to go all the way out to the shop and then through the door and then into the studio, which is what I wanted.
Yeah.
Because it's like a barrier to entry for children.
Plus, like when you're using the UV laser or anything like that, now you actually have like a safety barrier.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And we found this door too. I asked the landlord, I was like, is this the door that goes in the shop? Like on the shop that separates it from the studio? And he was like, I don't know. I was like, okay, it's like this 100-pound like solid wood door, and we got it mounted up and it closed, and I was like, it's mine now. So
done. Yeah.
So we even have like a physical door separating the customer area of the shop from the actual lasers in this. So I think all of this will be really interesting to share with you guys, but format has been difficult because I really want to make sure we present it in a way that's not only informative, but is still entertaining enough that you guys want to watch. So I don't know. If you have feelings about that, leave a comment in the video comment area after this stream is over, because I'd love to hear it. If you post it in chat, that's great. I'll read it now and react to it. But I really like the comments because I can look back and read them again later.
Yeah. Oh, I think they're talking about my creme brulee torch, which I've used on camera.
Nice.
Talking about, so they were talking resin, and a few people are talking about like how using epoxy, like it's a tool in our craft, which I mean, I'm sure I could figure it out, but it's one of those things where I feel like there's so many idiosyncrasies with it. It's almost like figuring out the laser for the first time, like you got to heat it in, you have to have the cast, you've got to have like the different molds that peel off easy, all that stuff. So it's been some interesting conversation over here on the side.
I think as soon as you stop pouring like cube molds of epoxy that are just cubes of epoxy,
right,
it gets like really difficult. I seriously underestimated the amount of skill that people that pour epoxy have in what they do. It looks really hard, dude. Yeah. Yeah,
we need to have
exactly.
Resin on the show. Resin, come on the show one day.
Resin, come on the show. Email us. We'll get you on. Yeah, that looks hard as shit, and I don't have space in my brain for something else. So
nope. Because like I think I saw a couple of Resin's videos, and it's like she's using like the compressor with like I don't even know what it is. Like pressure cooker is what it looks like. And then like putting things in there and doing that. And then there's like the wood pours that she does. And I'm like,
John says that he's fine if his engraved epoxy vapors kill his neighbors, just not him. I'm right there with you.
Ouch. Ouch. I don't even know what to say to that. In case his neighbors are watching. Joe?
Corey said it would be good to hire an apprentice or intern with zero experience, showing their learning journey from zero to full article. I mean, Rhiannon's pretty much that. So she cuts one thing, which is her little lanterns that she makes and sells on her Etsy shop. She's really, really good at that. Mm-hmm. And she's only ever done it on a diode. She was using the Atezer. And then when she got here, I was like, welcome to Mira. I was like, you can cut things that fine, because it's really fine little patterns and stuff. And they didn't believe me that the Mira could do it. And I was like, the Mira can do it. And now she cuts them on the Mira. And instead of it taking 4 passes over the course of 2 hours, it takes like 8 minutes. And she has like a full lantern cut. So she's getting good at that. But again, as far as galvo lasers are concerned, she would be starting from basically square zero. She has limited knowledge about light burn. I wouldn't say complete nothingness, but limited knowledge about light burn. And she has a fair graphic design capability set. So she would be a good...
That's like half the battle.
I know, dude. That's what I'm saying. So I feel like it's like a very good
You know what would
kind
be really
of
cool?
starting
would
point.
be-
And if that's not raw enough for you, we can always bring Miranda on.
I think, yeah. All right, so guys, we got Felix and we got Coraline. Today they're going to be on new laser
Hey, Nugget, I got 50 tumblers over here that need to
Put a
be
GoPro
engraved.
on Nugget's head.
Mm.
But yeah, like my thought too would be like let her do some stuff and then watch a video from the Galvo light burn series and then like, okay, now that you've seen that, try it again. I think that'd be kind of cool.
I think it'd be better to just push her in front of the machine and be like, figure it out.
By the
You get-
machine, do you mean a Volvo?
You get 15 questions.
Yeah.
Go.
And, like every time she does one, just like, like God.
Yeah, that'd be pretty funny.
All right, now everybody's just watching us kind of lose our minds. It's all right. Where did
What's
Kyle
new?
go, by the way? Is he just watching us lose our minds too?
Kyle's suffering from a bout of sudden and violent diarrhea.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the big thing for me going forward, I guess, like if we're just talking, and by the way, if you have questions, I think I see a few starred, ask them.
What was this? Are you telling them to raise their hands?
No, I'm just, like over here. I'm like pointing at stuff.
Oh, okay.
In my mind, I know exactly what I'm doing. That's all that matters.
It's fine.
And that's the thing, like, real quick, we'll do this. We'll talk about what we got in the thing here. Beam It Up said, I've got 2 cases of Arctic cups that need engraved for a coffee shop client. Might be doing a live stream tomorrow while I actually do the work.
Cool. If Anthony tells me about that more than 5 minutes in advance, I will post it so that you guys can find it.
Yeah, man. Shoot us that info. We got you. Cover you. 3DHP said, my red frame is off slightly on my fiber. Readjusted in light burn with a square, and it looked great, but still off on the circle when I did the baby dragon coin. Dragon coin. And he said, do you have time to look at it on TikTok? I don't know.
Still off on the circle. I mean, you can do the
Dragon coin over there.
yeah, we can show it. Shoot me a link. Send it somewhere. Send it on Discord.
Yeah.
Send it. Just tell me what channel it's in.
You're still
And
here.
I'll click
Share
it.
a link for us, and we got you covered, bud.
I think that you should probably check your red light settings if it's still off. I think it'd be more like an adjustment of your targeting capabilities than maybe the laser itself. But that's without seeing anything. If you shoot a link to one of the channels in the Discord, I'll certainly check it out.
Yeah, I think my big thing going forward, though, thinking about how everything's going right now, I feel like I need to say no to some stuff. Like I've been saying yes to a lot of stuff because I want to, like, I don't know, I just need something to do, you know. And then like when I get the big orders, it really messes me up on like doing the little, like the turnaround time on little stuff because you kind of have to chunk out the big boy stuff, you know.
Yeah, I mean, also you have a new full-time job that works you 12 hours a day, so
Yeah,
that's not
right
helping.
now.
Yeah,
Well, that
it's
is
not
a tough
helping.
thing. It's I will say the new job is, let's see. I woke up at 8 this morning, or actually I woke up at 6 this morning. Was dad till like 7 o'clock. Went and grabbed some breakfast. Came back home, sat down and started grading essays and stuff. And then I was actually grading essays out here while making glasses last night till like 2 a.m. But I had like a couple of things I knocked out, and then it's like phone calls. And organization is not my strong suit by any stretch of the imagination. And this job is like all organization. So I need to, and that's where it like slows me down a ton. So that's one of those things where like I need to be mindful of that and make sure that I, going forward, have the time to do these things. What are people saying over here? Oh, Cheryl's leaving. Bye, Cheryl.
Corey said, is emergency stop making a comeback? And then Anthony said, I vote for E-Stop to make a comeback.
Anthony needs to be the new me on E-Stop for a little bit until I can finally have time.
Well, yeah, and we stopped doing it when Boyce quit. That's kind of when E-Stop died, which sucks.
But that's when everybody got super, super busy too. Like super busy.
Yeah, I want to make time for that again. That was like my weekly therapy. I feel like we're actually gaining like a tiny little bit of traction too, which we've now smothered the life out of. But I would love to do that again. Anything preventing us from doing emergency stop again has nothing to do with my willingness to do it.
I'm the same way. It's more just like when.
Yeah, when we do this, it's like, okay, we have to keep the company going. We have to keep generating revenue so we can keep working on the stuff that we're doing for the community. With emergency stop, it's just the opposite of guilt-free. It's just like, it's just garbage. So it's harder to justify that. When I come here, at least I can be like, oh, well, we're helping answer people's questions.
I thought the same exact thing that John just said. Smothering any followers with e-stop seems in line with e-stop.
It's accurate. Yeah, that's fair. If you don't know what we're talking about, emergencystop.net.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Nothing.
Sam said he's going to generate more e-stop episodes with AI. They'll probably be about as good. So that's actually
good, equal content.
Yeah. Yep.
See, there's definitely a lot of guilt associated. yeah, definitely made some admissions of guilt. I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, e-stop.
Emergencystop.net.
So yeah, so that's pretty much what I've got.
I don't even know if that works anymore. I'm gonna check that real quick.
John said nothing to see here. Move along.
We say it so much. Oh my god, that site is still up. I'm pretty sure this is a WordPress site. Podbeam won't connect because we self-host that now. So that needs to be fixed. That's sad. All right. I'll do a little work on eStop for the people that are asking in chat. I will do a little bit to make it accessible again, and we'll maybe perhaps talk to Mr. Montez in the chat here and see if he'd like to poke his gnarled face into the
I know
party
one
room.
thing I want to do, like one thing that I like when I get the payment for this, like the second half of the payment for the job that I'm working on now, I want to spend some of that money and I want to get Andrew to work on my website because Christmas is coming up. And it's one of those things where like I literally just got an email saying, hey, are you ready for blah, blah, blah? And I literally was like, oh crap. Cause like I didn't realize that my birthday is in 6 days, which means that we're only like a couple of months away from Christmas. You know what I mean?
Mm, yeah.
And like, but that really means you're only like a month and a half away from people like the order blitz. So I just was like, one more thing. So I need to get like all the cool new stuff that I bought. Like I bought a whole bunch of like all year I've been collecting like pieces that I'm getting ready. Like I know how to do them. I've got the settings and I know all that stuff. But like I've got the necklaces from Monarch Pines. I've got glassware that I finally have like this one, for example, and I know oh my gosh, Resin was just talking about looking at glasses. So like here's one that I did. By the way, if you're looking to take pictures of your glasses, like this is kind of hard to show people. This is a piece of scratch paper that my kids use, and so I just took it and I folded it up. See? So this is what the UV generates. Like it's really nice. The club at Brookstone is one of the golf clubs that we're doing. And so he needed 50 of these.
You know what I use for that works really well and has kind of like an elegant look to it is the like polyester restaurant napkins. Black ones work perfect and they look like they belong in a glass, I guess, which is kind of a weird thing to say, but they do the trick.
This circle sucked. I hated doing this circle, but it came out pretty good, especially because on the pints, the taper, I mean, look at that taper. That sucks. So the cool thing is when I went into Lightburn yesterday, and this is what sucks. So I left my computer on with the file and I saved it, luckily. Yep, there you go. See? Yeah, and that's, remember, I even asked about that when I was fixing the buying guide, which, by the way, those are linked in the buying guide. Because I was
white ones for oil usage.
Like, well, damn it, what is this for? But anyways, so there you go. That's what it looks like when you do. I mean, what do you think for a circle? That's pretty good on a taper that's intense.
$1, dude. That's perfect.
Yeah, so that took a minute, but the way I did that is I jumped into Lightburn. I went to, and by the way, placement on these is key. So if you're ever working on pint glasses with the Galvo UV, make this bigger. Boop. Like basically placement matters. If you put it any further the same exact file looks like a warped egg. And so just moving it up, I think I moved it up like 2.5 millimeters to here, because the whole thing is you want it where like their lips aren't going to be hitting any of this. Then there you go. So
yeah, plus if you put it too high, it just looks like you don't know anything about design.
Exactly. And so it's one of those things where you want it to be not touching their hand, you want it to be not touching their mouth. You got to do all that stuff. But resin, as you just said, I'm muted because I had to join a meeting. But anyway, so yeah, that's it. That's what the UV does. It looks pretty nice and crisp. And then the nice thing is, I checked with them after a while. I said, hey, how are those holding up going through the sterilizer? Because they use like a, like where you pull the big ka-chunk arm down and it like just steams the glasses and takes care of them.
The ka-chunk. I know the ka-chunker.
I don't know what it's called, but like the ka-chunker. And they said that they look great. So they've only, I'm replacing 10 of the ones that they have out of the original 100 that they ordered. And that was like a year ago. So that means that they're holding up, which is pretty relieving. It gives me relief because like you never know when you use a new machine and a new product, like how's it going to go? But they said they use them like all the time and they're looking really good. So if you're someone who's on the fence about looking for a UV, right now, I'd say getting it now would give you the time that you need to be ready to execute an order for Christmas. So, and then you'd have time to practice with the materials that you're going to do. You would have time to get the materials that you need. And this is literally what we did for our show for Emily, right? Which is like that prep time. Oh, John, thank you. I literally didn't even see that until just now. Whoops. So yeah, that's it. So I was just thinking, looking ahead, like Christmas is literally like a blink away. And so the cool thing is the glasses that I have left over from here, I'm going to take down to that consignment shop. The nice thing is the consignment shop that I've been partnering with has sold a handful of glasses already for me in the past week. So that's like another source of revenue. So that's one of those things. If you haven't done it yet, look into local shops and basically like there's a guy who kind of has like a curation of like crafts, right? Like he's got someone who does acrylic earrings. He's got somebody who does the wraps with sublimation. He's got someone who does like little cutesy stuff with paper mache. And I'm kind of like becoming the laser guy. So that's one of those things. It's definitely worth stepping out of there because it's 100. And by the way, I made the cups like these guys right here. Here's one that I just made the other day. So it's a full wrap and it says like bubble, bubble, toil and trouble, something wicked this way comes. And it's a witch riding the broomstick. And they just sell. So you're sitting here and I get a text that says, hey, we just sold another cup. And I'm like, sweet, there's $25 in my pocket and 5 for them. Bada bing, bada boom. So
here's a funny joke about lasers because this is a laser crowd. So I was like, I walked into Chris's little office where he works today. Right. And I was like, hey man, you having a problem with your Pengus? And he was like, what? And I was like, you having a problem with your Pengus? Because I've got some Peng Sheng for you if you need it. And he was like, oh man, I really need some Peng Sheng for my Pengus. And I Googled it and a picture came up. So I guess this is a real thing. Do you have a bottle?
It says how to clean and lubricate your X tool.
I know, but do you have a bottle? This is not my only laser I've ever gotten a bottle of this with. I have like
I've never received anything.
So I was looking for super glue today because he like stepped on one of his earbuds and crushed it. So I had to like super glue it back together. And on the chem shelf by the glues are the lubricants, and there is a pile of Peng Sheng. If you have some Peng Sheng in your shop, smash the like button. Because I don't
Peng Sheng, yeah.
I don't even know what it is, to be honest with you. It's obviously some kind of lubricant. I've never opened one of the bottles. In all of the pictures that I see of it online, it looks to be clear, and mine is clearly like, mine looks more like this, where it's like a white grease paste.
Well, you know what? I bet you one is lithium based because if it's for a laser, it's gonna need a little more viscosity to like hold up. You know what I mean?
Does Peng Sheng just say grease? Because some of these say just grease on them. Now I need to look up Peng Sheng.
I mean, one piece right there. I don't know, but
emergencystop.net.
Eater says I use Peng Sheng with my Bamboo 3D printer too. So maybe it comes with like that. I mean, they've got rails and stuff.
Peng Sheng doesn't translate at all. I have no idea what Peng
Chris
Sheng is.
said, Peng Sheng came with every laser I own. Oh,
What
here we
is
go.
it?
Sam said it is silicone-based lubricant.
Well, there you go. So it is for your Pengus. I knew it. Anyway, it's
Emergency stop.net.
I know, I'm ready.
You know
I
what
was just
going on is today I was playing with my Pengus.
I was just warming up. That's what she said. Still just warming up. Yeah, so that's my Peng Sheng story. Just to wrap up the night here, because we are about to close out the show today.
That is a great place to make me not want to talk to you anymore. That's true.
I just want to know, like, why Peng Sheng? What does Peng Sheng mean?
Probably like where they're from, dude. Like, I mean, a lot of times companies are named
Yeah, that's true.
Like, they're just named after the province that they're in. So people are like, hey, where'd you get that from? Peng Sheng.
Peng Sheng.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's see. What is a Pengus? Join us.
Emergency stop done. Come on, Laura.
Wow. Don't give Alex an opportunity to answer questions like that. Come on.
She's setting it up, dude.
Because he'll
If I
straight up be
knew-
like, so listen,
if I
what
knew-
happens is when a mommy Pengus and a daddy Pengus get together.
If I didn't know certainly that Miranda was watching right now, I would be knocking that one just right out of the park. But yeah, we're
Laura,
not going to talk about Pengus on the show today.
yeah, Laura, there is no such thing as a Pengus except Alex's dirty mind was trying to be funny to his brother. Is all it comes down to because he's just a weird guy.
The Pengus is about as real as the left-hand smoke shifter, you know?
It makes
That was
me
a Boy
think of,
Scout
like,
joke.
it
That was a
makes
Boy
me-
Scout joke right next to a Pengus joke. Tip to tip.
Please do your outro.
Where is Kyle? Why did Kyle leave?
Kyle died. He probably fell asleep in the chair and like
He probably did.
the dog smoked him.
Do you think if I kick him, he'll notice? If I just let's see if he comes back in.
Oh, like Laura said.
Yeah.
Laura said, just got it. Oh,
Uh, Peng Sheng can be interpreted as abundant life or vigorous growth. Brutal. That sucks. That's pretty funny. I think Peng Sheng's got to be the name of the
that's gonna be an
revival episode.
That's gonna be
Yeah,
an
of Emergency Stop. Peng Sheng. Yeah.
You need some Peng Sheng for your Pengus?
Oh man, that's
All right,
funny.
We're done. My God.
I'll bring the Peng Sheng onto the show so that you guys can.
John said he's done. He's crying.
Yeah.
I'm done.
It's all.
Oh God.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning into this episode of the Laser Source
Thanks for
podcast.
tuning
Almost,
us over the debate with the presidents.
I almost said emergency stop, but this is not emergency stop. This is a Laser Source podcast, though I do confuse the two often. Oops. I whipped out the Pengus and it just lost my job. That's how it goes.
So stupid. All right. Yes.
I'm trying. People won't stop chatting.
We need vigorous growth.
The vigorous growth is until you hit the end and then it's over. Thanks, Johnson Plastics Plus, for sponsoring this garbage. We appreciate you as always. If you guys appreciate us, head over to the Laser Master Academy. It's the #1 place to learn all about lasers, and it supports the channel and all of the terrible things that we do. So if you want us to keep doing terrible things, then go sign up over there. You can start for as little as $5 a month, I think, is the
Sure.
alpha tier membership, which is just like a hey, thanks. You don't really get anything for it. But it keeps the channel running, and there are like literally thousands of people who do that. Also, we have Patreon now. We have a coffee page. We just got our first coffee sign up. That was cool. And I think we have like 15 members on our Patreon account now. So if the whole big LMA thing isn't for you, or you don't need it, but you want us to keep making content, we have other options for you. And you can find out all about all of those options over at lasereverything.net/support. If you want to find out what we do when we hang up this call and start a new one, head over to emergencystop.net. Check that out. Realize that none of the episodes are accessible because I haven't switched it over to the self-hosting, and then curse me and go to bed. Say a prayer for Kyle and his violent, sudden onset of diarrhea. Poor Kyle. Yeah. Praise be. And I don't know, write a comment in the chat. What did I want people to comment about? Oh, yeah, what you think about my plans for like some new interesting content revolving around Rhiannon. If you think that sounds interesting, or if you think that sounds stupid, if you would watch it, or if you would fall asleep during it, let me know if that interests you. I really do genuinely want to hear about it. And if you're hearing this in 2025 because you refuse to listen to this show on anything but audio podcasts and we're a year behind, thanks for listening, and rate and review us on Apple Podcasts 5 stars and say it only took a year. I think that's all I've got. You good, Matt?
I'm supposed to tell people if they do go to Johnson Plastics Plus.
Oh, I did it.
Code.
Yeah, I did your job because you were late.
Yep.
ZDF.
ZDF. How did you?
I already did it.
That's literally
because well, I'm literate, so you know that helped. But yeah, I did it. I did it at the open. I did a whole thing for them, and you missed all of it.
All right. Well, you know what? Hey guys, if you. All right, never mind. Okay.
Bunny Eater wants content on more advanced laser techniques.
There you go. We can do that. But yep, that's it. See you in the next one.
You gonna do your finger guns or? Bye.